Hello, traders. Happy Saturday. It's good to see y'all. Just tuning in for a little bit. Got some time, and why not? Right, Bitcoin at the low point today saw 26,669, but it rallied up off that about 3%, but has now been pulling back. And what in the? Hold on, man. I can't. Yeah, it's begun to sell off some, and you do have some sort of bearish edge that would seem pretty evident right now on the 4-hour time scale, where you've made the high on the 14th, and it's now the 18th, and you're making a slightly higher high, and you're making lower levels on the oscillators. That would be textbook bearish divergence if I've ever seen it. But you know, with that being said, it is the 4-hour, so it might be subject to not do too much, right? It may be a mild pullback, but just calling it how it is right now, where RSI was also giving us the exact same indication as the MACD histogram, currently sitting at 66, and that's about it, man. That's your Saturday update. Stream's over, dude. Just kidding. All right, so you don't know, it seems like some of y'all don't know, I am not in Miami right now. I am in Austin, Texas. Okay, and so the backdrop's similar, but not the same at all. But I do love Miami for sure, man. Okay, so that's your Bitcoin update on the 4-hour. We got the daily. Daily, what are you worried about, man? What are you worried about? Everything's fine. In 7 days, Bitcoin's up 38 to 40%. I am completely fine with a candle like this. It happens. Yeah, you do understand that there is nothing here looking left. There's no formal resistance support until $28,800, which where you are now, it's right around 7 to 15% upside between 28.8 and 31K. But with this whole banking situation, you just got to wonder how much supply is going to be there. Because I think what's about to happen in the coming months is going to be dilution and more devaluation of the United States dollar with these bailouts with taxpayer money. I mean, they're going to lie and say it has nothing to do with tax. It has everything to do with taxpayers. So fundamentally speaking, incredible times for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other cryptos that are not up today, really. Only a couple are up today: Ethereum Classic, Digibyte, and Uniswap. That's about it, man. But yeah, like good with Ethereum, that has already broken out, right? It has already broken its resistance at 1728, and anything above 1728 long enough will manifest into a $2,000 price. I think that's probably where you're headed, unless Bitcoin just, that bearish divergence plays out and we pull back some. But I mean, you just know where we are, and above 1728 is almost automatically 2K, which, what is that from here? Between 11 and 15% upside officially today, hitting that all-time high anchor point for the Fibonacci to the lowest point in June of last year. Retesting that 23.6% fib node. I would imagine there's probably a little bit of 4-hour divergence here too. Absolutely undeniable, man. You just gotta wonder, how will it perform? That's the big question. Here it is, undeniable divergence. A little buyer exhaustion on a Saturday on both oscillators, identical to Bitcoin. There it is, right at 60. Okay. But yeah, so it's like you're showing buyer exhaustion, but you're above resistance, right? I mean, that's awesome. So hopefully, if it does follow through, it's not going to be much. It will be mild, because the daily supersedes certainly the 4-hour. And the daily, no problems, man. no bearish edge. In fact, the only thing going on is your positive momentum is at its highest level since the beginning of the year. And your RSI is certainly in the bullish control zone, sitting at 64, which that's as high as you've been since late January. So good stuff. Just, yeah, you might, 4 hours just saying you might stall out, pull back a little bit daily. Nothing's implying that it's going to pull back soon. All right. Here's your Ethereum update. I'm going to BNB that has been amazing. It really has been amazing, but here we are at the same level that every single time, man, there is so much correlation. I mean, it's like, let's see, the first time ever was February 19th, 2021, and then just so many other times, July 2021, September 2021, February 2022, May, August of 2022, then February of this year, and now March of this year. It's like, will you break it? Based on the weekly, you think you will, man. The weekly will set you free here, where it is now is a real bullish dragon pattern. It was all an attempted bullish dragon, potential bullish dragon, and now breaking the dragon spine, the tail has begun its development. Currently just a whelp, but could turn into Encalagon the Black. How would it become Encalagon the Black? You'd be making common retraces. I would imagine at least a 618, which is a target. It's just a formal target for dragons, right? Dragon targets. It doesn't matter if it's on the weekly, the 4 hour, the 15-minute, whatever. If you're trying to play a dragon, you have 618 target and 786 target. Simple. It's the targets. There it is. That's how you would. This would be a successful dragon trade, hitting these levels. And what would that mean? There would be 45 and 70% upside on BNB if just these fib nodes are achieved in the coming months, because it will take a while. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen over a week. It will take a while. So. Hello, how y'all doing? Can y'all hear me? Can we get an audio check? Of course, have to do that. Tradition, you know. Oh yeah, green screen glitch, dude. Totally, man. Audio's okay. Alright, so, I don't know. I was like scanning through some of these coins, and it's kind of interesting. Some of these lesser thans. I mean, we can go to XRP. Then again, weekly, man, same story every day. We look at it because it's one of your largest cryptos and whatever. The idea is not invalid yet, but terrible performer, and that's it. No point even looking at the daily. It doesn't do crap on the daily anymore for a long time. So, where is Hex? Here's Hex, man, on its weekly. My God, right? Just approaching that 9.3 cent level. Breaking that, you can clearly see how there's just nothing on Hex's weekly chart until 14.8 cents. So, I mean, you haven't even really tested it yet. You're very close. Down about 5% today. A lot of altcoins are down. Pretty substantial amounts, but not so much for crypto, right? I mean, it's pretty normal now to see that 5, 7, 8% up and down every day. It's whack, man. It's crazy. That's why you're trading the dailies, man. Okay. So, also we had several new people join or re-up their Citadel. And those people would be Chillwave. Thank you so much for the 3 months in the Citadel. I really appreciate the ongoing support. Jack Rosie, thank you for the 3 months in the Citadel. Crypto Sonographer, thank you for the 3 months. And then Rudolph, thank you for the 3 months. My God, ongoing support of y'all four in the past 24, less than 24 hours. And then Chad Thompson, thank you so much for joining the Patreon. Some point yesterday. It was after the stream. So 5 new members, or 5 ongoing or new. Thank you. Hold on one sec. Got a phone call from my buddy Gene who owns this place. Hold on. Okay, all right, sorry. So, you know, just these are the bigger coins, and we can kind of just do a little space bar stream if you want. Let's just look at the losers today. ONT down 7%, but sometimes you're not going to see anything good on these if we hit the space bar, you know, but on this one, just... You know, you may not have opportunity at that current time, but you can look back and say how well things were regarded. Where like on this one, ontology, you have like a false bearish breakdown below the ice line from May of last year, and a rally ensued, and now you're above the 200, and you're just kind of like wide open spaces where 30 cents would be the target probably. Elephant dude. Thanks for the $1.99 super chat. I can't hear you. I'm a tad bit deaf in this ear. Or is it this ear? Thanks, dude. That might be the only contribution of the day. That's cool, dude. That's fine. Session Top Jesus is Barber the Elephant. Hype in the chat. Can we get some hype in the chat for Barber the Elephant? All right. So just looking at ONT, you know, these are levels where if someone is so inclined, they are able to strategize an entry, stop loss, and equitable take profits, right? Easy enough. Buy low, sell high. Range-bound trades are simple and fun, and you know they make sense, and they're conventional, and they're pretty easy to teach if you don't know, right? So we're going with that one, and then we can go on to Atom. That well, Atom is getting it's pretty nasty today. It's down 7.37% and falling back below that old supply line. And yeah, I mean, like, is it holding? I mean, it's already held these levels, and this one was very similar, in my opinion, to like BNB on the weekly, where it is just dragon-esque, right? Where you back tested the spring. That's back from August of 2020, and you just got to think, all right, well, eventually, common retraces $20 to $30. It's been choppy though, very choppy. You haven't made a higher high. You know, you haven't even made a higher high on Atom on the weekly since September of 2021. That's like mega loser stuff, dude. That's how you describe a loser. All right, no higher high in a long time. So yeah, if you're patient, I mean, I don't know how long it's going to take for these things to play out, but yeah, 2 bottoms for now. And then FIL was pretty cool. You know, now it's down 8%, so it's like yikes. But it's like, it's crypto, man. Welcome to crypto. Welcome to the effing show, where an ice line, a support from Black Saturday of June 18th, 2022. And it was defended by buyers when you broke back above it once and then twice. And, you know, the 200-day simple moving average also defended. And so you just wonder, like, hey, that's a form of confirmation out of support. You never know if these things will actually completely play out or not. They could completely fail. But, you know, it's a easy level to manage your risk with an entry, stop loss, take profits. Right? The closer you are to $5, the closer you are to low risk for a long. All right, and then when or if it falls below 486 to 475, that is when you say, I want nothing to do with this asset. Because your entire trade is based on the fact that you're watching the price action correlate to that support. And when it falls below that support, your entire argument falls apart. And that happens.
Gentlemen, in the mix.
Yeah, I was watching that Kansas-Arkansas game. It was really good. Definitely really good. You'll see him with that Balaji guy saying. He just tweeted. So not bankrupt racing. If you say you're not bankrupt, you're bankrupt, dude. It's over.
Please chart dollar cult.
Could somebody get with bankrupt racing? Somebody let them know. You and the other dude almost have a request. Y'all are very together between y'all about $3 off. We're close, man. All right, so what did Balaji say? They've decided to monetize the debt in the messiest way possible by printing $150 billion for insolvent banks to cover a plethora of bank runs. The dollar supply is now going vertical. It's insane. Looking at that chart, I mean, I think about, so they, last year was the first year the Fed actually took off money from the M2, like where the year, like it did not grow. But now, within a few days, from all that tapering, all that tightening, they have increased the money supply back about 40% off the highs. Insane. And that's, I'm taking it like $150 billion. So they're finally admitting it's a banking crisis, that it was caused by Fed rate hikes, not tech, that there are 100 insolvent banks, not one, that this is already beyond 2008 in key ways, and that printing is going literally vertical. It is. This week promises to be crazy, so you should buckle up, all of you. Yeah, crypto hoarder. It's real. It's super sneaky, too. Not bankrupt racing. Thank you for the 20. Oh, clearly he's not bankrupt. I guess I believe you now, man. Colt coin? I don't know. What is Colt coin? You talking about Hex? I'm just kidding. But am I? What? Colt Dow? Oh, well, I mean, not much to look at. I guess it's bottomed out. Certainly. You bottomed out, and what would you be holding? It looks like you're trying to hold on to this candle high close from October, November of last year. And that's it. You're above that level. This is like worthless, right? I mean, it's, dude, that is like 7.6 100,000ths of a penny or something stupid. So I guess above that level, maybe it's the breakout, but if it doesn't hold, there's a long way down. I don't see anything too exceptional about this, right? With like pattern development or, Fibonacci or confirmation lows or anything like that. All I can do is like tell you levels that exist, right? And there are only a few of them. Such limited data pieces. We are in Power Hour. If you didn't know, we got about 27 minutes till your daily candle close on Bitcoin, and it's not been a great one. What's up, Jake, man? Hold on, let it play. I don't want to start talking and then it plays. Patience.
How do you see the bank situation resolving? If you had to guess.
I mean, if they defend the banks, that means money printing, which has already happened. So continuation of money printing, meaning devaluation of the United States dollar. So that means that, and it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen instantly. It normally lags. So, but I've already said this. This is already, I mean, this is just exacerbation of what I think was going to happen anyway in the next 2 years, which was superinflation. They keep printing money, and now they're printing more. And I'm talking about the government side and now the Fed. Like, they are both doing it. It's going to end terribly for your buying power. And so all I can say is try to own appreciating assets, because your US dollar sitting as US dollar is going to get destroyed. There are probably some unprecedented things going on now that I don't think they're going to be unforeseen consequences that I don't think many, or if anyone's going to see coming. Right, I'm just a simple chart man, but they are printing money, lots of it. The quantitative tightening is done. It's over. It ended last week. If you don't know, it is, hey, send out a raven. It happened. That's declared and decreed. So when you have high inflation still, and then they stop, cutting the money from the money supply, duh, inflation will continue to increase.
And did you see Trump potentially getting arrested on Monday or Tuesday, according to him and various news?
Yeah, well, I mean, gonna get indicted by a Soros-funded and owned, extremely hyper-partisan DA in New York. I mean, yeah, and it could just be a distraction, but they're about to make that man a martyr. Which is not, bad timing, man, really bad timing, but it might just be that distraction, right? Because there's some seriously bad stuff going on in the financial world that I think it would be good for them to have, attention back on Trump and, all that crap, because it's so bad. They don't want people waking up to what they're doing right now in the finance world. So, but it is a certain fact that that DA or whatever is over $1 million George Soros funded to get him elected. And he's done that across the country. It's a really bad problem. So, and it's a way they circumvent our own judicial process, right? Where things have to go through the legislature to get passed. But no, they buy and pay for all the AGs and attorney generals and district attorneys. So yeah, it's wild, man. Kansas, Arkansas tie with 27. Oh my God, dude, they about to go to. I gotta see this real quick. At least I gotta turn it on. Hold on. Yeah, 23 seconds. Oh my God. I have Kansas in my bracket, but I would certainly not be that upset if Arkansas won, just because SEC. So looks like Arkansas is on the line. Wow. They're up. Yeah, I'm a little delayed over here, unfortunately. I don't have one. Nice. Okay, so I don't really know what to tell you about Colt, man, besides above this 7650 level. I guess it's a breakout. If it holds that long enough, it goes back up to 10,433. Breaking that's a big one. My God, there's not much of anything here. Well, yeah, any sell-off that happens, as long as a higher low gets put in than these lows from December, then it'll just be more accumulation. Enjoy sports ball. Hey, man. It's like a little more, man. It's like college. I graduated from Alabama, and so it's just kind of like, and our team's better than we've ever been. It's just kind of like, I get it. It's sports, it's not that important. It is certainly a distraction from everything that's going on. So, but yeah, it's different though. Hearts and minds. I was born and raised into that culture, the college culture. And I think, it's helped mold me into who I am today. 20 seconds. Oh my God. Down by 3. Wow, dude. So let's get off this crap. I appreciate the contribution, not bankrupt racing. Thank you, dude. So we should go back to scanning or whatever. Looking at Neo here. These things are down. What do you do? This one's at like an inflection point. Breaking 1381 would be insane. Because if you break 1381, I mean, it's like almost certain you're going to $16 to $20 above that level, but you're below it, you're not above it. So some of these are just at these levels. SNX down 5% today. It swings. It's probably more volatile than any of them. I mean, this one's insanity. But anything above 250 is a breakout. Man, it's so crazy, dude. Like, I'm right next to Ladybird Lake, and I just, like, see people fishing out there. And I see, like, maybe dogs swimming or something. What is going on? Crazy stuff. Sorry, rip, Daniel. Rip. Wow. You fell victim to, what, the second team, you know. It was the second team in history, right? NCAA history to knock out a number one, right? Or something like that in the first round. So SNX, you know, forget the daily because it's so choppy. You just look at the weekly and you just hold true to what was the idea, the double bottom, and you're above that November of 2020 level. That's it. What exchange is the NCAA on? Funny guy, funny guy. I don't know if patience is still required here. You can't get away with not being patient. Jeez. And then, you know, just moving on, just like looking at these, scanning, man. There's no like requests today, really. So I'm trying to just something like Ren. I mean, like, yeah, it's certainly at those levels where magic happens, but no magic's happened here. We haven't made a higher low in a. When was the last time Ren on the weekly made a higher low? You had to go back to maybe December of 2020. How pathetic is that? Or maybe June of 2021. These are the last time higher lows were put in on the weekly. It's so awful, man. If it ever broke above 14 cents, though, wow. Life-changing. V-Chain doing things, almost identical chart. All right, it looks like this is the Ren chart. Not really, but it's still above that 2018 level. It just back tested it last week as support. Could be one low with the second low here. Yeah, you're just gonna want. I mean, like Bitcoin looks pretty solid. Some of the bigger ones look solid, like BNB and even Ethereum. So you know they're probably going up. So these altcoins would probably just follow them and head upward too. But it's just pretty ugly structures down here. Yeah, I didn't look at Matic. We can look at Matic right now because it's a large market cap coin. Damn, dude. Such a close game, man. Bama plays tonight at like late. It's like 9:40 Eastern. Crazy, right? Matic looks just insanely good. I mean, you know, compared to many others, right? We just talked about like those two we just looked at hadn't made higher lows in like 2 years, and then Matic, all it does is make higher lows since it bottomed out last June. And but the issue is like, after last week's insanity of a formal back test of 94 cents as support, a rally ensued. Now you're testing 120, 124 as resistance. So you got to get back above that. But when you do, or if you do, 163 to 170 is going to happen. Boom. All right. We got 17 minutes till your daily close. Just hanging out. Everyone wants to go out late tonight. So it's like, okay, I mean, so I got time. I'm doing stuff. Oh, wow. Kansas is going down, aren't they? It's over. Is it over? Because I'm
Can you
delayed
give
a
your
little bit?
analysis on blockchain bets? BCB/fifth.
So anonymous. BCB, I don't know what that is, right? But we can take a gander, and we could probably start on the weekly. BCB. Blockchain
Potential
bets.
double top on up on daily with failure to claim and hold the 0.618 from high to low as support. Is there an actionable short?
I mean, like, issue is like, man, how the macro is. We can look at OP though. I know that thing had been on a tear nonstop, right? BCB blockchain bet's been around since January of this year, and it's been it topped out buying climax at the beginning of February, and it's look what it's down. What FOMO is so devastating, down 65% in 45 days, and so what you're seeing is in the past week or so, 7 days ago or whatever, March 10th and 11th, you had a back test of January 4th's high as support for the first time. It did it kind of when it broke it back tested and then went. But you just gotta think, would this go for a full reset? Blockchain bets, I don't know. These like things on these assets on wrapped ether, I don't know how heavily they correlate. How high their beta is. Probably have low beta. So you'd think like in a situation like this, it's always safest and most prudent and conservative to be like, I'd wait for an 886. You're hitting right now a 78.6% retrace. Arkansas 1. Let's go, dudes. Wow. Screw my bracket. SEC. Start chanting SEC in the chat, or this stream's over. I will not tolerate Houston losing to Auburn, though. That cannot happen. No, SEC, not SCC. This is not, I don't know, whatever that is. So, yeah, it's always most safe to be, trying to get the deepest retrace, which is always the 886. You're at the 786, and you're just making lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. It's downtrending for now. That's all I got for blockchain bets. It'd probably be better to wait. That candle high close from January 3rd, that is an 886. It's right there. Bitcoin near its lows of this 4-hour candle. And we got less than 15 minutes to go. Security Exchange Commission. Yeah, dude, not that one. The other one. So, do you have questions about this, man? It's really not... I guess we'd go to the 4-hour if you really want to see the 4-hour. There's lots of lower highs. Then the lower lows. Was there a divergence or anything? There in fact was bullish divergence on the daily from a low to the slightly lower low. And, like much lower levels on the momentum. So that would imply, if I don't know if the T would be respected on something like this, really. But that would imply that sellers are exhausted at this point. But win higher highs, win play out, win good performance. It's not really performing very well, down 5.3%. What was the other one? Pulling it up. Yeah, I saw that Elon tweet. It's just like, remember, all this stuff's happening, and our community's here, and it serves a purpose. And it's like, forget about the noise, man. Look at the structural developments. Look at the different sectors of the market, and stick to reading the charts, which energy topping out, weekly double tops, 1618s, bearish divergence, all the variables you could ever dream of for a reversal of the downside. And then on the other side, you got tech that is inversing that, where extremely nice 250-day large patterns have developed, classic accumulation, hidden bullish divergence on third lows, buyers defending inflection points from history, individual assets. The index funds are pretty choppy, man, and I think you're kind of in no man's land on the index funds. And but again, I'm not worried about them. That's an aggregate of all these other, like when you're talking about index funds and you have rotations going on, it would make sense for it to be so choppy and uncertain, because some assets in the S&P are connected to, energy or whatever, financials, and then other ones are connected to tech. So it's like, yeah, it would kind of make perfect sense for evening them out where it looks very uncertain. But forget about that. Go to the individuals. Okay, so what was the next one? Let's see, OP for Jake. Jakey Jake. Which we know was killing it. I mean, it was like, it was going to save the world. It was going to change the world, man. But now, yeah, you're right. I mean, like, this is, I get you. You know, you're up here and you've confirmed a top at a 1.618. Good God, it was so brilliant, right? And then, you know, you sold off now and you've made a lower low than previous low. And then you have massive rally ensued and only lower high now. And that's, that, I mean, you know, of course it could continue to rally, but if you're going to put in a lower high here, which I guess that we need a little more data, but if you are, then that would be your first lower high in a long time. And that, you know, that's normally how reversals happen. So, but at the same time, until you fall below 220, you're still above key inflection point. So, Godsu, yes, we'll go to mask literally next. Thank you. Sorry about that, man. So let's just look at the 4 hour real quick. Why not? Yeah, look at the 4 hours. Bearish as F, man. I mean, the 4 hour looks like a short, right? Because we already talked about, you've confirmed a top at the golden mean ratio, the global golden mean ratio, and then you dumped and you made a lower low than previous low. The first thing that needs to happen before trend reversals, and then a rally, and then the lower high. But when you're looking at the 4 hour, you can certainly see here that there's confirmation of distribution. So, I mean, in that situation, you would think that would be, you know, I'm going to dailies. That's where like the next leg down happens. Okay. And really, it's like, why do you feel more confident or have conviction? It's because look at the oscillators on the second high. Like, it's undeniable. It's a Class B bearish divergence here. I mean, it is 4 hours, so it's not going to be like as powerful as the daily. You normally want to see this type of stuff on the daily or weekly. Okay. So that, if that all plays out, then you probably go right back down to 184 from here. And then you would be, if you were going short, you would cover your short and exit with a loss, probably around $3, because then your entire argument crumbles, right? You have an argument. The argument becomes invalid when it breaks above the two highs. You're playing the confirmation high. That is your argument. When it breaks those levels, then all of a sudden there is no confirmation high. It was a dud. It failed. So that is the way you could look at OP. It looks like it's kind of done. But what a run, man. It was so good. It was such a good freaking run. Almost like Wyckoff distribution, right? Maybe. All right, let's see what happens to OP. I'll have an alert set up. Starts going. Miss the mask. Jim Carrey, connect. Oh my God, dude. When Doge do this? Ever. Yeah, mask broke out, chat. It literally broke out today, not yesterday. It went on breakout watch yesterday. You gotta love that higher low than the previous lows, right? Accumulation and 200 days some moving average defended and like tested. It's crazy. So anything above 550 is a breakout, and I think if you are above that level long enough, you could be seeing about 43% upside. I know there are, I mean, each peak though, you can't just ignore it. I mean, there is a high at 645 that was tested today, intraday at the highs, and then just after that is a peak from February 5th of last year at 755. But, and then of course after that would be the candle close from May of 2021, candle wick low from December 2021. 860 is the big one there. So yeah, it looks like things are turning around, right? You bottomed out, you made a high, then you made two higher lows than the previous low, then you made about the same high as the previous high, then you sold off and made a higher low. And it's like that's a process to reverse a trend, and you're working on the process pretty well. Rob Spiro, Ryuk, thank y'all for subbing to the YouTube channel. I don't have notifications for that, but it's pretty good, man. It's not bad. I think above 550 is a good area for mask. Hype in the chat for the higher highs, higher lows. Okay, Gatsu, we cool, man? Let me know. Dude, what happened to chat? It's like literally one message per hour now. Was it folly to go live? Whoops, did not mean to do that. What did I just do? Did it work? Nah, we're okay. Yeah, join the Discord if you're not in the Discord. Like Zenshi just joined the Discord. Thank you. Oh, kilobytes per second becoming unstable now. I'm just gonna spam my own chat with Discord to make it look like chat's lit. But yeah, mask up 15% today. Let me know about the stream quality right now. Is it okay? I'm showing red on my side. Got issues here. Don't know why. Whoa, 50,000 kilobytes. I've never seen that before. Holy crap. So we could continue down the S-Coin journey here, where something like Digibyte is completely fine. Look at this one. Stream was breaking. Nah, my bitrate is not high. Very laggy, hard to watch. I got problems, dude.
Can we please look at Joel Olu's spot index chart for that one?
Wow, man, this internet's terrible now. It's like broken. We can do that. Yeah, I'm just like, I can't. Looking at these kilobytes per second, there's no way you can be watching this stream right. It's like terrible.